Hey gang, DVD Collector back in the movie room. Hey gang, welcome back. And today we have another list. This list will transcend weirdness. It will escape science. They make no sense. Well, they make sense, but they're just fantastical. We're talking about sci-fi. We're going to do a top 20 sci-fi list. Now, 20 is usually such a hard list to do, but in this case, I could have done more. I stayed away from a lot of different things that could be considered sci-fi. Like you won't see Jurassic Park on here, even though I consider it a sci-fi film. The Universal monsters are technically sci-fi horror. They're not on here because Frankenstein is almost 100% sci-fi, but I still consider it a monster movie, so we'll call it horror, sci-fi horror, but there are some on here. But let's get to that because I don't want to blab through all of this. First thing I'm going to say is at the beginning of this, in case you guys stop watching after about 2 minutes, is Inception sucks balls. It's a horrible film. With that being said, let's go on to the list. These are in no order whatsoever, okay? And some of these are a little bit cheated because they're franchise videos. I must have fleas, man. I'm itching all over the place. This No Shave November, I'm going to grow it out. So anyway, let's start with number 1, which is probably my favorite sci-fi film of all time, as well as my favorite film of all time, and that's Alien. Alien, the whole entire Alien franchise, all the way to Alien Predator, all the way, to the newest Covenant, Prometheus, all of it. I love this franchise. It is sci-fi to the max. Next, I'm not going to spend that much time on all these. Next, the Star Wars franchise. And when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about the cartoons, anything to do with Star Wars, I absolutely love. I don't care what people say about this or that, I'll defend it. Planet of the Apes, another franchise. The first Planet of the Apes being my favorite, and we'll go back to Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, my favorite of the franchise. Disney's The Black Hole, always had a soft spot with me. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Steven Spielberg knocked this one out of the park as far as sci-fi goes. The Star Trek franchise. All of the films, all of the TV shows, everything. And it's rare for people to go, I like Star Wars, I like Star Trek. I love both of them. I'm going to pick Star Wars over Star Trek, but the Star Trek franchise is still really solid. Starship Troopers, absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite films, funny, just great film to watch, and that's Time Bandits. I love this film. It is just an absolute crazy mess, but still, if you haven't bought a copy of this on Criterion, then you're missing out. It looks spectacular, and it's got a lot of great extra footage on it. The Abyss. The Abyss is my number 1 film that I wish I could see on Blu-ray. I would love to see what they could do to clean that up and to make that what it should look like. Number 11, Metropolis. Number 12, The Thing. Can't go wrong with that. Number 13, Galaxy Quest. Now, here's 2 things that I'm going against right now. Normally, I would never put a comedy in here, like a straight comedy. Alright? And I hate Tim Allen. I fucking hate him. But this is the one I give him a pass on. Great, great film. T2, just astounding. I remember the summer very clearly that this one came out. Mind-blowing. Predator, I had E.T. and I changed it for Predator. So E.T.'s also a moved down to the next slot. So we still have E.T. I just changed it around a little bit. So, like I said, E.T., then we go to The Fly. I like the 1958 and I like the 1986, both for different reasons. I prefer The Fly and Return of the Fly to the newer stuff. I like them for two different reasons. We got straight sci-fi awesomeness with Vincent Price, and then we have some crazy shit up here. And it's for both different reasons. So I put them on the same line, so they count. Number 18, Soylent Green. Oh my God. If you've not seen this film, you're missing out on some classic shit there. Charlton Heston is the man. Number 19, The Blob. I once again cheat on this line here. I don't know what I said, but it's number 19. Both blobs hold up to the standards of sci-fi very well on their own. I do, of course, love the original one more, but the newer one is top notch. You can't say anything bad about this film. It is very well done. At number 20, I've talked about this in almost every list I've ever done that has anything to do with order, sci-fi, best of, anything, and I will shout him out to the moon for Michael Wilson, Gray 1951, for introducing me to this masterpiece, and that's Seconds. If you haven't seen Seconds, watch it. You're fucking missing out. So there is top 20 sci-fi. Mario is over. I'm back to the film. I took a video break to play some video games. So we're back in full force. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you back here next time. I am going to opt out of the Vincent Price video. I have too much. You know what? I'll just read them off real quick. This is a fucking hard list to do. Pit and the Pendulum, House of Usher, House on Haunted Hill, House of Wax, The Fly, Witch Hunter General, The Bat, Haunted Palace, which I rewatched, even though my video said that I didn't really care for it. I did rewatch it like I said I was going to, and a lot of the comments that I got on that video and everything, I opened my eyes a little bit more, and it is fantastic. I don't know what I was thinking. Tomb of Legia, Mask of Red Death, Last Men on Earth, The Tingler, which is really good, and Return of the Fly. That's my list. That's 13 films. I know I cheated and pulled that one out of my ass, but that's life. That's what you get. So until next time, guys, game over.